So today I managed to finish that I Can't Quit Crying book. So I just thought I'd do a really quick overview because this is super, super short. It's meant for somebody that's had like a long relationship, 25 years married, 10 years married, husband and wife, it didn't really hit too much for me. But hey, never hurts to read anything. Grief. It's so hard when someone you love dies. Well, of course it is. I mean, really. So then it starts with grief work, what you can do about that. Your feelings are subject and unique. No one else can determine the weight or the significance of your feelings. Uh, you don't have to answer to people for things like that. The heart and the head, sooner or later, we all die. We know that, but you never expect that person that you love to die at any point, whether you're 80 years old, 42, or in my case, when T died at 17, that's a ridiculous age on that one. Permission to do what you need to do. So, whatever you need to get through your days, however you need to grieve, you can do whatever you want. And if it means asking for help, we all know that that's what we do. We always go to ask for help. The three R's in this book. The first one is to realize that the person has died, and realize that the pain that loss holds for you. So, then there is a second R, which is recognize the significance of the loss for you and your life. And then the third art is rebuild your life without the person who has died. So that's the hardest thing for most people, is the rebuilding part, because you can't get over that person always being there, or the person you're gonna pick up the phone to talk to, or stuff like that. Talks about the effects of grief, when there are times that, yeah, maybe there are people you should turn to. So, the heart, recognizing effects on your emotions. Obviously, it starts with loneliness, because that person that's always there for you is all of a sudden not there for you. Um, so and then the following one is anger, because you want to place anger on everybody and anything, whether it be God, that person had died, like it's just, anger is easy. Anger at being left alone, so, you promise you're always going to be there for me, but, and then all of a sudden you're gone. Guilt. For me, it was guilt because when TJ died, it was suicide. So then you think about more about what could you have done. You sit there and you think, well, Christ all fucking mighty, this is somebody I knew inside and out. Uh, Said that we would never lie to each other. Uh, Nothing but trust and, stuff like that. And so guilt, definitely guilt. What did I do wrong that I didn't have any way to stop him from that, or didn't notice that? So I'm gonna be stuck with guilt for the rest of my life. That ain't gonna go away. Hopelessness, um, brings you face to face with very, very difficult emotional pains and emotions. Hopelessness is a good one, yeah, because they're not coming back. So it's not like you're gonna hope and or wish, and it doesn't matter how much you scream. There's no return. Part three is the head, recognizing effects on your life. What's the change? There's no way to prepare you for the unexpected death of someone you love. You can't rehearse it, it simply happens. Common grief reactions are sleep disturbance. Nothing's right when, especially if you're used to sleeping with somebody. And sleeping alone doesn't matter how many pillows you put on the bed, how many dogs you add on. No, it's not their body, it's not their heartbeat, it's not them. Um, Change in appetite. You definitely, yeah, that changes. Same with your lack of motivation. Like, I mean, getting out of bed for the love of sweet Jesus is hard, you know. Some grief reactions that may be cause for concern. um, if you're slipping and you really know that you're taking a step back and that you probably should be talking to somebody, the probably part is enough to give it away. Like, don't ever wait too long, because that's when you start hurting yourself. You'll isolate yourself. You start overworking. That's a bad one. In my case, increased alcohol intake. You destroy yourself, get in a car accident on your way home, and then make grief for everybody else, that loved you. Um, Unnatural attachments to objects. I still have that, and they're not even anything that actually belonged to TJ. And he was into Superman, and because he was so young when he died, what do you do when it's 17? How much stuff does a 17-year-old have? I got a picture. His mom gave me a picture that he made of Spider-Man, a 3D kind of piece of artwork. I got that, and I got those zip things, those like tabs like you flip up and down, those goddamn tic tac things, well, I got a Spider-Man one from him, and I have his sunglasses, and I have a watch, and that's what Teresa gave me, and they were all things that mattered to me and that were relatable between me and Teabag. And she gave me back the some of the gifts that I gave him, like I got back my ABBA CD, a couple other things like that, but they were put away. So, you know, they're, they're, I always have to have like Spider-Man around, that's for sure. And I know I can feel TJ anyway, though I'm spiritual enough, and I'm very aware of my angels. I know my mother and TJ are with me on a single daily basis. Otherwise, I wouldn't be drinking. I wouldn't be sober. I'm not doing this on my own. There's no way in God's green earth I'm on alone on this one. There's thoughts of suicide. When you lose somebody, you think about, well, can life go on? Well, for the love of sweet Jesus, if one person dies and everybody's upset, you don't want to add it, make two people. Um, my family and my friends are your support system. So go to them, switch them up. Don't ever feel bad for, oh, I'm still sorry, and oh, I'm still grieving. No, 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 because again, I'm somebody that says I'm going to grieve for the rest of I'm 46 now, add another 56 years onto that, so there's a hell of a lot of grieving. Dates can be a painful loss or reminder, obviously, right down from Christmas, New Year's, the day they died, the day you got married, the day they proposed, or whatever kind of thing it is going to be. When someone dies, many dates take on new meaning. Um, like, yeah, when the when things like disease was discovered, stuff like that, our tendency is to run away from the pain. Obviously, that's the first thing you do is that's what we overdose, addictions, drink, whatever. God, where when I needed you the most. First off, you're always going to start asking God, oh God, what have I done? Blah, blah, blah. And then I go to, oh, there is no God. There is no way around. Saying goodbye to the person. I don't know. I am never going to go through that one personally. That ain't going to happen to me. But, you know, if, somebody wants to go to, if it works for you and you can write a letter or go to a cemetery and say, oh, this is, I miss you and I'm done and goodbye. And yeah, no, I don't do that. So how do I grieve? I grieve on a daily basis. Thinking always like, what's it like to be without your loved one? What's an average day like? How's your eating and sleeping? Do you find yourself crying a lot? What thoughts are making you cry? Um, it doesn't take a lot to make me cry, that's for sure, you know. So, and learning to live without your partner. Uh, I was fine on my own because I lived for so long on my own before, like I've been on my own until I was 26. So I knew who I was. I knew how to pay bills. I knew I didn't need a man to support me or a woman. Like, no, I needed me and me only. Um, I never got that far with T, so we weren't involved that way. It was a different kind of relationship altogether. There was hugging, and that was it. Like, I mean, it wasn't, it was a young relationship. Like, when you're talking 17, no, there was no messing around there. No, there was not until there would have been another maybe 8 years added onto that, I'll tell you that much. So I don't really have to learn to live without him in that regard, but I have to live without, like, talking to him every single day, sometimes 2 times a day. Call me in the morning and call at night. And every single conversation would end with "I love you." So that's the most important thing to me with is now anytime I talk to friends or family, no matter who you are, I love you. I always say that. I care about you, and if you need help with anything, always reach out for people. Um, Never ever take suicide. Everybody's gonna die. I'm not gonna stop crying when my grandma dies. I'll tell you that much. She's 89 right now. She's gonna live to be 100 because I have to be 110. Kind of gotta work that shit out. Her being Hungarian, all stubborn, and she'll do it. But you know, I recommend this for anybody that just wants a really quick, easy read. So, but I'm looking more for books that are on like the dealings with suicide. I don't think I don't know if there's any kind of book like that. Because it all comes down to how you feel and how your thoughts are on it. And anyway, that was a ramble and a half. Sorry, I went a little bit longer than I wanted to. But anyway, yeah, so crying, I can't stop crying. It's so hard when someone loves you dies by Reverend John D. Martin and Frank D. Ferris, MD. So that's the book that you're wanting to check out. So, like I say, really easy read. It's just about stories about other people, pretty much. That's why there's not much for me to read to you because it's about, well, this is how Harrietta felt when she was at the hospital. Well, I'm not going to read you about Harrietta and John and Sylvia and all those because, you can read it if you want or not. Anyway, thanks for your time again. And again, if you're looking, just take care of mental health, mental health, mental health, mental health. Take care of yourself. If again there's suicide anywhere on your brain, jump on that right away and ask for help. Don't even like if there's one little inkling goes, ooh, no, jump on that. So please, that's the only thing I ever beg of anybody on this planet. Do not commit suicide. Do not attempt it. Don't do anything. Don't even think about it because there's way too many people you can destroy along the way. Because, like this book says, then all of a sudden you're thinking about suicide and death because you lost that other person. So, one suicide leads to me could have suicided, which could have left to my mom's suicide, which could have led to. So, stop the cycle and recognize people and love people and appreciate people and be more polite in this world. God damn it. We need more of that. I don't give a shit who it is. Say hi to them and be nice. Everybody needs to cheer me up. And so hugs and love to everybody. Have a good sleep. Love you, vegans. Take care. Peace out, all. Good night.